What if the person you trust most is already plotting against you? Not tomorrow, not next month, right now. The friend who smiles but secretly resents you, the partner whose love has quietly turned to calculation, the colleague who nods in agreement while sharpening the blade. And betrayal doesn't come out of nowhere. It's a slow burn, a silent script unfolding while you're too busy believing the best in someone. The truth? The signs are always there. You just haven't learned to see them yet. Once you do, you'll never be blindsided again. Are you ready to open your eyes? Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in psychology, believed that betrayal follows a pattern. It's not just an impulsive act, but a culmination of hidden emotions, unresolved conflicts, and suppressed fears. Once you understand this pattern, you'll never be caught off guard again. Why do people betray you? And more importantly, how can you recognize the warning signs before it's too late? Stay with me, because what you're about to learn could change the way you see the people around you forever. Betrayal doesn't happen in a single moment. It builds slowly, like an unseen storm gathering beneath the surface. The moment of betrayal, the act that shatters your trust, is merely the breaking point of something that has been forming for a long time. Jung believed that betrayal often originates from what he called the shadow self, the hidden suppressed aspects of the human psyche. These suppressed emotions, desires, and fears don't simply vanish when left unaddressed. Instead, they fester and grow, eventually finding a way out, often in destructive ways. Betrayal is rarely about the person who is betrayed. More often, it's about the betrayer, their insecurities, their inner conflicts, their unspoken fears. The person being betrayed becomes a mirror, reflecting back the aspects of themselves they cannot bear to acknowledge. The closer the relationship, the stronger the emotional charge, and the more likely it is that unhealed wounds will turn into resentment and, eventually, betrayal. Jung taught that every individual possesses a shadow, a part of their personality they suppress because it doesn't fit the idealized version of themselves. This shadow is made up of traits, emotions, and desires that society, or the individual, deems unacceptable. The problem arises when this shadow is triggered, causing a fundamental shift in how the person perceives others, especially those closest to them. Think about a time when someone in your life suddenly changed. A friend who once supported you begins to downplay your achievements. A partner who once admired you starts subtly criticizing your choices. A colleague who once collaborated with you becomes distant and uncooperative. You haven't changed, but something inside them has. Your success, confidence, or happiness may have unknowingly activated something unresolved within them, perhaps envy, insecurity, or deep-seated self-doubt. Instead of facing these feelings, they project their negativity onto you. Their mind begins crafting a narrative to justify their resentment, telling themselves that you don't deserve what you have, that you've changed for the worse, or that you're no longer the person they once knew. This is how betrayal begins. Long before any overt act of disloyalty, the betrayer's mind twists reality to protect their ego, making the act of betrayal feel not only justified, but inevitable. Jealousy is one of the most corrosive forces in human relationships. Jung believed that envy arises when someone sees in another person something they feel they lack: success, confidence, intelligence, love, or even peace of mind. The danger of jealousy is that it rarely presents itself as direct hostility. Instead, it hides behind passive-aggressive remarks, insincere compliments, or a gradual but undeniable emotional distance. Consider this: a friend who once celebrated your wins now seems indifferent. Their encouragement turns into sarcastic remarks. Their once genuine support starts to feel forced or absent altogether. Perhaps you've been working on improving yourself, getting healthier, building better habits, or succeeding in your career. Instead of encouragement, you begin to notice subtle dismissals. A friend jokes, "Must be nice to have that kind of time," as if your progress is merely a luxury rather than the result of effort. At first, it may seem harmless, but over time, a pattern emerges. They stop showing up for you. They no longer share in your victories. They even discourage you from pushing forward. This happens because your growth reminds them of their stagnation. Instead of being inspired, their shadow self resents you. And resentment, when left unchecked, can turn into betrayal. Not all betrayals stem from unconscious resentment. Some are calculated, deliberate, and manipulative. These betrayals are the hardest to see coming because they are orchestrated by people who wear masks. Jung believed that some individuals construct false personas, presenting themselves as kind, supportive, and loyal while hiding their true intentions. These people are often charming, generous, and even protective until they no longer need you. Some people don't betray because of emotions. They betray for gain. Think about someone who always seemed to be there for you, but only when they needed something. They relied on you for emotional support, financial help, or social connections. But when you were no longer useful, they withdrew, or worse, turned against you. Maybe you had a friend who was consistently kind and complimentary, but only when they stood to benefit. Over time, you began to notice that their kindness was conditional. The moment you could no longer provide what they wanted, they disappeared, or their attitude changed. Perhaps they were never truly your friend. Perhaps they were simply playing a role, a mask of loyalty that lasted only as long as it served their interests. Not all betrayals come from jealousy or opportunism. Some betrayals are about control. Jung believed that human relationships often contain hidden power dynamics. Some people only feel secure when they have dominance over others. When they sense that control slipping away, they lash out to reclaim it. This type of betrayal is particularly deceptive because it often comes from those who once seemed like allies. A boss, a friend, or even a partner who once appeared supportive suddenly becomes critical, undermining, or manipulative. Perhaps you started excelling at work, even outshining your supervisor. Instead of acknowledging your hard work, they began micromanaging you, taking credit for your ideas or subtly sabotaging your chances of advancement. Or perhaps a friend who once encouraged your ambitions started making you feel guilty for your success. Their self-worth was tied to their ability to influence you. When they lost that influence, they retaliated. Betrayals rooted in power struggles are the hardest to anticipate because they often come from people who initially seem to have your best interests at heart. The moment they can no longer exert control over you, their true nature is revealed. Betrayal is painful, but it's also revealing. It strips away illusions and exposes the true nature of those around you. It's not a reflection of your weakness, but of the betrayer's character. The pain of betrayal will pass, but what matters most is what you take from the experience. Will it make you bitter, or will it make you wiser? The lesson is clear. Observe deeply, trust slowly, and never be afraid to walk away from those who don't value your loyalty. The right people, the ones who truly respect and care for you, will never betray you. Betrayal is never easy, but understanding it can protect you from future pain. In the end, betrayal is one of life's most painful lessons, but it's also one of its most revealing. It strips away the illusions we hold about others and forces us to confront the reality of who they truly are. While the sting of betrayal can leave us feeling broken and distrustful, it also offers us an opportunity, a chance to grow, to learn, and to redefine the boundaries of our relationships. The truth is, betrayal is never about you. It's about the betrayer, their unresolved fears, their hidden insecurities, their unmet desires. You are merely the mirror reflecting back what they cannot face within themselves. But here's the silver lining. Betrayal teaches us to value loyalty even more. It shows us who deserves a place in our lives and who doesn't. It reminds us that trust is a gift, not a given, and that it should be earned, not freely handed out. The right people, the ones who truly care for you, will never betray you. They will stand by you, support you, and celebrate your successes without envy or resentment. They will be your safe harbor in the storm, not the storm itself. So the next time betrayal knocks on your door, don't let it define you. Let it refine you. Use it as a lesson to observe more deeply, trust more wisely, and walk away from those who don't deserve your loyalty. Remember, the pain of betrayal is temporary, but the wisdom it brings can last a lifetime. And in that wisdom, you'll find the strength to build relationships that are stronger, healthier, and more authentic than ever before. Betrayal may break your heart, but it doesn't have to break your spirit. Rise above it, learn from it, and move forward with the confidence that you deserve better, because you do. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel in order to never miss our daily transformational content. Cheers.